approve that with their bank.
That
with their
took some
credit card.
time, yeah.
And that took more than we expected. We planned to get the money a week after the campaign is over. That was on the 22nd of July, but that took maybe more than 10 days longer than we expected. And this was important because we have timed our purchases of all the components so we can, get everything on time in order to start building stuff. Luckily, we ordered some of the longer lead time components even before.
From our own money.
From our own money. Oh, our investors' money.
Yeah.
And some of our own.
Yeah.
And so we avoided like the critical delays in our schedule. Yeah. So, but I think it was just a minor. I hope it was just a minor bump. In our road to market. And so a lot of time after the campaign was spent on chasing those like stock transactions, and then after the money came in, we spent.
It was a few days ago.
It was a few days ago, but we spent a lot of time actually ordering everything. So we wanted to spending money, ordering all the components in the expected volume that when we knew how much we need to deliver, and then we started really ordering all the components.
Exactly. Good. Maybe if we address some questions. We missed the question. We didn't make any answers. We just spoke about
that was a long intro.
Yeah, that was a long intro. Mari, I'm delayed again. Don't know. Once again, don't know what are you referring to. Maybe our video was delayed in this live. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's start with hot topics these days.
What?
Like
I don't know what.
You don't know what it is. So, what do you think about DJI? I have my opinion, but I would like you to express yours.
I'm really excited by it.
Yeah.
I've tried it, and it's really the video is really great. I mean, you remember that when we started, doing the goggles, we were telling people that we're doing it because we're sure that the future of FPV is digital.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if you're not firmly believing that, then there's really no point in making goggles beyond 800 by 600, right? Because why go to HD if the best you can do is analog PAL NTSC? So we're talking about 420, 525 TV lines. So going beyond 600 pixels vertical resolution makes no sense, really, right? So we knew that the future is digital. We wanted to make HD goggles that you'll be able to fly once the digital system, first usable digital system comes out. And it happens that the future happened. Really.
Yeah.
So I was really excited by when we heard that this is happening. And when I've tried it, I
tried it this morning.
I tried it. I managed to try it before this morning, but when we got ours this morning, and it's amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
I really love I love what they did with the video. This is the first usable HD system, and I mean, the timing could be better. They could come a couple of maybe 6 months later, not to steal our thunder, so to speak. And I'm not thrilled by that. But on the other side, it's really great time to be in the hobby, because that HD future is coming, and I'm sure that it would happen that the current DJI product and the system is a closed one. I'm not too happy about that.
But that's DJI.
That's that. Yeah, they want to be an Apple of drones. So I understand that, and I understand also that not everybody's happy with that. But hey, that's their right, and I think it's from a business perspective, it makes sense for them.
Yeah.
But also, I think that it's what they did really makes no commercial sense if you want to rely just on the hobby, because in order to do what they did, they had to make their own chips. And
which they did,
and doing their own chips is really expensive, and there's really, if they would be counting just an FPV market, that makes no economic sense. So I'm guessing that we'll see DJI more aggressively working to expand the FPV market, which is really appreciated. And I think it takes somebody big that will grow that market. And on the other hand, from the technical perspective, I think they've kind of showed the way to a lot of people that are already working on their own HD systems with more or less success. So I think that they broke the ice, and we will see a lot of people following in their wake. I mean, in the days after DJI came out, we got contacted by more than a few people that are
from the industry,
in one or the other way connected to somebody, or they're doing their own HD stuff, or they're working with somebody that is. So I think that DJI coming out really spurred a lot of activity in this sense, and that's good. This is why competition is good, people. So go DJI.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on everything that's said, and really this fact that this market will expand with DJI coming in. I think that is very important for small brands. In a way, we'll have more markets to capture. So.
I think that with somebody big like this, it's as if the hobby is growing up to be big enough to be noticed by big companies, big brands. So I think this is. I think it ultimately will benefit all of us. Who are in the hobby, But this is.
Okay, let's address a few questions. Will Get FPV have any coupons that work on the Orca goggles? I have been dreaming about these, but can't quite afford them. Yes, I'm pretty sure that Get FPV will have their coupon system in place for FPV1 as well. And there's also one surprise, maybe if we share it. It's about warranty and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people asked about why we go for just 1 year warranty in the United States, and why do we have 2-year warranty in Europe. And we kind of sat and thought about it, and we decided that we're going to go for 2-year warranty for US customers as well. So US 2-year warranty, same like in European Union and rest of the world. So that's one thing. And also there's a promotional deal on Get FPV where you guys can pre-order FPV1 and get our pro line of Omni and Patch antenna for free in the bundle. So hurry up. Go to Get FPV's website and use this chance to pre-order FPV1 with free Pro Line Orca patch and Omni Antenna. So that is a small but I think very important update, especially for our US customers.
Psycho FPV asks, he's in Croatia in 2 weeks. Can I visit you? Of course. We welcome all the guests.
So far we had more than a couple of people actually visiting our office, and I can see Ivan actually writing us here and asking about the chocolate, if we ate the chocolate. So
what
chocolate?
I haven't eaten any chocolate.
Like chocolate and sweets in here, they last an hour. There is some echo.
Eating the chocolate without.
Yeah. There's.
Hold on, somebody. I think I saw.
Yeah, Orca has a higher pixel count than DJI's goggles. So I think DJI goggles are...
Somebody asked, so William Souza asked, is Orca better than the new DJI system? So Orca, we build goggles.
Yeah.
And we like to believe that our goggles are currently the best goggles on the market. I don't think you will find compact goggles with better specs, with better screens, with better OLED micro displays, and I think that we indeed are the best, still the best
for sure.
goggles on the market. But DJI system is not just about the goggles; it's goggles with their digital radio, a camera plus radio unit. And currently, DJI system works only with DJI goggles. So, I think you can't really compare
it directly.
But goggles, for goggles, I think our goggles are better than DJI's.
I did some comparison between DJI's and ours. Pretty much, we have pretty much the same buttons and features, but our displays are OLED displays compared to DJI's, which are LCDs.
Yep.
And our pixel count is somewhat bigger than theirs.
Let's talk about smearing in the OLED screens. I don't know what's smearing. Maybe if you clarify, I'd be happy to. How will glasses wearers use our goggles? So, you'll be able to use diopters. Scotty asks about what about Fat Shark Bite Frost? I'd love to. I haven't tried it. I'd love to try it. Apparently, it's gonna have HDMI out, so you'll be able to fly Bite Frost with Orca goggles. I would like to think, and I would like to believe that they're gonna be better than DJI's, but let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
In case of any issues with the goggles, is that there's some kind of support. Yeah, we have a global technical and sales support team, and the warranty is now 2 years global warranty.
Okay. Has Orca had any communication with companies like HD0 to develop future? We've been contacted by some of the companies that are doing HD. And obviously, at that's what I said. Within a couple of days from DJI's launch, we got actually contacted by some people that are doing HD. So this is the type of this is why I like DJI coming out, because it triggered
everybody
a lot
in the
of
line
activity.
Work.
So that's innovation.
Yeah.
You answered. Okay, sorry. You answered that. Hold on.
If customers who orders Get FPV have pro antennas, what about early backers? The pre-orders on Get FPV page are not the same like pre-orders at Kickstarter. At the Kickstarter, you got a discounted price. With Get FPV, you're paying the retail price. Echo, guys.
Echo.
Echo.
Echo. Is there
Echo. Amazon Echo.
Is it okay now?
Okay, good.
They're dealing with it.
Okay, bring more next time. If customers who are no, there has been no testing with TBS Fusion. As far as I know, they launched their pre-orders yesterday, and I think in one of the comments, Trappy said that when he gets his hands on FPV1, they will bring a bay cover for Orqa FPV. Well, I don't see any reasons why we wouldn't help out by building out the nest so they can build on top. I think that would be mutually beneficial.
What's exactly our goggles release date?
Everything is on schedule as we speak. And we should start shipping first units in August, if nothing major.
End of August.
End of August, of course. If nothing major happens.
It really depends on
all
exactly
the components
when all the components come
yeah.
in. So we've lined up everything so we can deliver in the last week of August.
Yeah, yeah.
So far so good.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Silver gray, black buttons and switches.
We will not be able to customize people's orders like in that way, but I think that little spray can do the trick.
But don't spray the buttons because they may get stuck.
Yeah. Pixel response time.
Okay. Pixel response time. So basically there's no smearing on our pen. I don't know if there was, if that was an issue.
People are maybe confused by the recent video footage from the OLED displays that we recorded using a GoPro. There was some. No, I'm not.
No, I don't know. Maybe some earlier versions of OLED panels had some smearing issues. But there's absolutely no visible lag on pixel response in terms of pixel response. They're snappy, they're sharp, and the refresh rate is high enough to support anything you can throw at them. Yeah. That being said, there's no issue here.
I like how people don't like to mention F company in front of us. It's fat sharp. So many receiver modules. Maybe you could write how much.
Coming out, how much your team have looked into Foxeer wire TBS modules, Bifrost?
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing those. Yeah.
So I mean, we focused on currently the best VRX module out there, and that's at the moment that's a rapid fire. And we wanted to we figured that the premium goggle like the FPV one should be primarily paired with the best module out there. That being said, I mean, we are open to working with other companies that want to test out beforehand, but I think there should be absolutely no compatibility issues because all of those modules are made to a de facto standard that's being used on the market today. So and if there will be any issues, I mean, we have best interest to resolve those issues. But the technology on that side is rather straightforward. So if you're compatible with the rapid fire, you should be compatible with all other, because the issue that people had was the power supply to the module bay, because some of these let's call them better receivers demanded a lot more power to do whatever processing they do on their end. And some of the earlier models of the goggles could not supply that sort of power to the primary module bay. And we've made our goggles so they give plenty of power.
So no more breaking wires. Then these kind of stuff.
That was the issue. So it was more on the power side. Yeah. And but as far as the video is concerned and the pinout and everything, it's all the same. All the same de facto standard. And as far as I know, Bifrost should work on HDMI. So just plug it in. We support. How fast is the HDMI input? It's very fast. So it should add no latency. We're talking about maybe millisecond, 2 milliseconds latency. It's really, I mean, what happens from the HDMI plug to the screen is really, really fast. So it's HDMI receiver, video processor, and then FPGA, and that whole stack is incredibly fast.
When talking about this embedded power and then capacity, is there something do you want to put more details on why is this important for the?
Well, it's not what I'm referring to is really the not clever part. So what you're referring to is really the clever bit of technology. So what Ivan is referring to is that, and I think we spoke about that in one of the lives previously, is we have a lot of computing power in the goggles. Yeah. So much so that you could pretty much run a light version of Linux on inside the goggles, and I think that opens up a lot of interesting opportunities for future developments and maybe opening up the platform for stuff that people want to do.
Yeah, that's something we are thinking about as we speak. No, it's not the production mold. It's a 3D printed one.
3D printed.
Trust me, we would take professional pictures of injected molded parts right away. We promise to do that.
How does brightness and contrast work on the goggles? So you'll be able to access all of the image settings from the menu, but we will also have really direct access to those commands. So you'll be able to adjust it on the buttons as well.
How many S? 4? How many?
No,
S
it's 2S. Hold on. Okay. 2S. Mr. Z. Hi, Mr. Z. So yeah, how many S does the goggle? No.
Is Marko Živanovic from Switzerland. He works for a drone factory.
Okay. Hi, Marko. So we take 2S batteries.
Orqa FPV, you know who's that? I think that's the guy who was with us at the bowling alley. He was the model for the goggles. If you remember.
Reza. You mean?
Reza.
Yeah, is that Reza? Hi.
Yeah, I think Reza. Reza, is that you?
Can M Fiber ask, can he change or she change the 1850 batteries? I mean, if you opened up the case, you'll be able to change them.
But they're not built.
They're not. They're not going to be soldered. You'll be able to just unscrew the plastic and take them out.
How likely could it be we can have a digital FPV model fitting the Orca goggles? I don't think it's likely. So I'd have to check with our engineers whether this could be done through the secondary bay model in theory, because we have some really fast data connection between the secondary bay and the main board. But that being said, so on the primary module side, you only have access to your analog video input and power supply. So I don't think would be looking to we're looking at being able to place some digital module inside. That being said, I don't think that we will be seeing a digital so compact goggles with an embedded digital receiver in the near future. Why? Because I think we are pushing the limits to what you can put in such a small form factor now without it overheating, because the stuff we have in the goggles right now, it produces a fair bit of heat. Now, if you put a digital receiver inside, in addition to that, it's a hot stone on your face.
You'd be cooking. And then from what we've seen, how the current digital receivers, how they operate, at what temperatures they operate. I don't think I think the form factor will have to change significantly if we want to put digital receivers in the goggles. I think if you pass me the goggles and you see how small this volume is, it really put another one or two heat sources inside.
Yeah, it's melting.
You have serious cooling challenges to overcome. So I think that's when we come to the fully digital era, we're gonna have we're gonna have to change the form factor will have to grow until the technology gets smaller and smaller. So
is the painting of the plastics done in mold? No, it's done in post-process after the parts are molded into with the prime color.
Where are we at in terms of OSD menu development? It's been done. So OSD menu is done. We are likely to change it a bit from where it is right now, but
it's going to be evolving.
Yeah, I mean it's but talking about what version we're gonna put in the first production. So I think 99% is done now. It's just it would be, we may change some things before it actually launches, but
I'm the 14. Does it mean that when there is 14 goggles, I will get mine? Yeah, pretty much. We don't. We're not gonna have 14 by 14 goggles. We're gonna build a batch of few hundred units, and from that stock.
But
as
soon as they
ready, we're gonna start
shipping it about on the order of the. So yeah, I mean if you are one of the earlier backers, you're gonna get them earlier.
Sure.
Is there a digital path to the OLEDs direct from either module bay? So from the primary bay, there is your video goes to the processor and then to the FPGA and then to the goggle to the OLEDs, and from the secondary bay there is a data line. So it's not been done for raw video, but it may well be that it's going to be fast enough to pipe video through it, but I would not bet my hand on it.
Will the FOV be adjustable?
Yep.
Yes. I like how Receipt FX answered to the question about. Maddie, you can get in touch in the footer section of our orqafpv.com webpage. You can enter your details on a resellers list, and I'm gonna get back to you as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, Reset is asking about the FOV field of view. Whether we're gonna, so we're not sure we're gonna support it in the first version of the firmware, but in one of the, so if it's not gonna be in the production version first production version that we ship out, it will be in one of the updates.
Yeah, and it's on it's not on the hardware side. It's on the firmware side. So you
So actually, the way we would adjust the FOV, Carl is saying IPD, the FOV is not adjustable. That feature was removed. No, basically we have the possibility to scale the image, to make the image smaller than we would not be projecting the image on a full screen. We would scale it down so your field of view could be effectively smaller.
Exactly.
And this is possible with the hardware that we're running. And so
with the OLEDs, basically, if you have a black color.
Yeah. So with OLEDs, this is particularly OLEDs are suitable for that, because the black on the OLEDs is really black because the black pixels are actually off. So you're not going to be having that smaller FOV framed within a glowing like grayish edge.
Yeah.
So
okay. Scarlet. Okay. I think that
yeah, there is a standard. So Mighty Thor's has a standard for the it follows the de facto standard.
I think that eye relief and adjustable FOV. Well, basically, adjustable FOV is easier to make than eye relief.
And eye relief is actually not the same as the adjustable FOV, because to an extent it is, but adjustable FOV really, what it really does, it kind of moves the eye box. So it compensates for ergonomic differences between the people. And you can get if you get your eyes closer to the eyeballs, you will get slightly larger field of view, but slightly. I don't think it would be noticeable. But it's not necessarily the same thing. Eye relief was imagined to kind of if your eyes are too far away from the screen, so you can push the screens closer, so you don't get the clipped image. You don't get it's called vignetting image that's cut off in the corners. But as Ivan said, we decided after the CES we decided to ditch that feature. Because it was too complex.
Marcel Gregor, I think he's a Polish pilot. I think he's in DRL, something like that. Hi, Marcel. Hello.
What are the extra rapid fire features with the Orca update? So basically you'll be able to access the rapid fire settings directly from the goggles and see them on your OS. I want Orca Linux.
Make one. It's Alex actually. SSI into my goggles into yeah, he knows the deal.
Yeah.
Someone that's Tina. She was visiting us with the DRTC crew.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Hi, Tina.
The DJI goggles.
Yeah, RR123RR. You're not too far away from what we're talking about. That's. But talking about accessing your DVR footage from the goggles, you'll find. I'm sure a lot of you will appreciate the, the Connect, FPV Connect, because I think people will come to see accessing their DVR footage in a completely different light after
Today I saw the prototype version. Tomorrow we're gonna have a meeting where our technical team is going to present the progress done on FPV Connect. I was really amazed by how good they did.
It's a game changer. It's a game. It totally changes the way you will use and share and interact with your DVR footage, and not just DVR footage, but how will you be able to share your flight experience with the people that are not wearing goggles while you're flying? So I think that's going to be pretty big. Do the goggles also work like the DJI goggles, head tracking, Mavic Pro? No, we fortunately not. We actually, to be honest, we haven't looked into that. But yeah, I'm not sure if that would work.
We have head tracker, but we don't
have a head tracker, but
with Mavic Pro.
It's for the typical, PVM head tracker that you would use on your let's say fixed wing.
All the time. I have my reason.
Can you disable the module power to save battery, especially later by using FPV? I don't think you would be. I don't think you would be getting too much. No, I mean if you're referring to the power on the primary module bay, it's not. You don't need to disable it or to put it down a notch in order to save better, because it's down to how much power, how much current your module will draw. So it's not, you wouldn't be that wouldn't be much of a problem. Skipping. I haven't noticed, but yeah, I mean, it could be because of the light leakage.
Date depends who you are.
How's development of the FPV Connect coming along in regards to being able to live stream?
Do it now.
Okay, so originally we haven't. I personally didn't think that we would
didn't
get
want
that
to bet.
working in time. I didn't want to bet that we were going to get that working in time for the first release. But our guys did an amazing job, and was it last week or the week before? I've seen the demo of actual stream being done, live stream being done from the goggles. So things are looking better for the live stream function. So we now know that it's gonna work on the existing hardware. And now whether it will be polished enough for the first release or not, now that's the only question. But I'm now more confident to say that it's gonna work.
Yes, Orqa.
And Orqa FPV1 does have HDMI input.
You'll be able to Diabolix is asking, will it be possible to update the firmware if you don't have connect module? Yes, you'll use standard SD
so
card.
You would just download the file from our website, save it to an SD card, put the SD card in your goggles, and the goggles would know that there is a firmware update file, and they would automatically update. But if you have the FPV Connect, you would do that from your app. So in your app, you would open up an app, your Orqa app. Go like.
Oh, there's a new update. Click any updates.
Check any updates. Yeah, there's updates. Update my goggles, and then this would upload transparently. You would not need to save any files. Just update your goggles.
Can we smile for Kebab? He was at the dentist today. So there's a funny...
man, I was at the dentist.
he almost...
I was butchered at the dentist.
But yeah, Kebab, we're going to make sure that you get one of the review units as soon as possible. Everybody's expecting your review and Joshua Bardwell. So
Slinky asked, are the optics plastic or glass?
Glass,
all glass, yeah.
What's
the focal distance of our optics? What the distance effectively focus to? Okay. This is a good question. I don't know. We will ask our optical engineer about that. But optimizing the custom diopter inserts. On that note, I think we'll also soon have some great news. Should I say more?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's
time. Yeah, we're working with an optics company, local optics company here in Croatia, in Osijek actually, to offer custom diopter lens solutions. So you'd be able to send your prescription and get your custom-made diopters.
Yeah, but for ones that already have.
You'll be able to
fit them
the existing standard
Yeah.
slot. And what's really good with the FPV1, you basically we made them so your diopters will move with the engine. Yeah. Because I think in some of the goggles right now, you put the diopters in and then the engine moves. So you need, in designing the diopters, you need to design the diopters so you basically they
move along. How you move IPD?
So the whole it makes it so you just need to when you do the diopter optics, you just make them make your central point at the same. You don't need to make it wider.
Maybe this was answered with these. No, we use 18500 battery. Yep. Okay, we already have.
Mighty Thor realized the bot grinders here.
Yeah. Hi both. What is it? Glass-to-glass latency.
Okay, glass-to-glass latency. No, so when we say glass-to-glass latency, it means really from the camera to the from the lens of the glass lens of the camera cover glass to the exit glass on your goggles. So and this depends on analog systems. It depends on the camera latency and on the screen latency. Camera latency typically ranges between single-digit milliseconds to up to 50 on some older cameras, which had a lot of digital processing, and very little latency was you would get on the screen themselves. So we measured the latency on analog inputs on the FPV1, and it's less than 3 milliseconds, I think. It's really hard to measure it precisely because of how the analog systems work, but the latency is between 1 and 3 milliseconds, I think. So it's very, very low.
Will we be able to buy parts such as PCB or display if something breaks out? No.
We have no such plans, but who knows? I mean, we will.
The warranty will cover some repairs. So if anything that's from warranty breaks or fails to work properly, we'll take care of that.
But if there's, I think what he's referring to is, what if something happens, if something breaks by faulty manufacturing, but
I think we'll need some time with the goggles on the market to actually make decision on that one to see if it fails at all.
We'll see if it makes sense. What we will not do is leave a lot of you guys hanging with one dead display and you just need to throw away the entire goggles. I think we will work to, if there will be such cases, we will work to find a way for you to be able to repair, or for us, or for our service to be able to repair your goggles.
YouTubers waiting for premiere info here.
What? Hold on.
Okay, we have more questions. We need to move faster. We were here. Okay. What will ship with the goggles? So depending on the pledge you made on the Kickstarter, in the package there will be FPV battery. It will be goggles, hard case, and I think that's the basic package. For ones that bought antennas gonna come along, and that's pretty much it.
Will there be a firmware update for the rapid fire for those with it already, or will you'll be able to use your own rapid fire with the goggles. So once you plug it in, it will be native with the goggles that get shipped. Bot Grinder asks, will the DVR menus will not be as confusing as Fat Sharks? No.
Hopefully not.
No, the DVR menu on the HDO is really, I still haven't learned it, but it's gonna be better. It's made to be more user-friendly, much more user-friendly.
Okay, there's Carl. If you bought the Orcas in the first 24 hours, yes, everybody who pledged within the first 24 hours will get the free patch antenna from Orca. He's referring to something else.
How directive is the Orqa FPV 01 Pro Omni Antenna? So it's not direct. It's the Omni. So it's not
Omni.
It's Omni. Bot Grinder. This is you will be. I think I can be confident enough to say that you will be able to live stream from the goggles. So what we have working right now in the lab prototype is the streaming from the goggles to your mobile phone screen. So it's not low latency, but it's you can give your phone to somebody that's flying. So while you're flying, somebody standing next to you, they'll be able to see your flights on your mobile phone. And also, once you're done with you're shooting DVR with your goggles, if you have FPV Connect, when you're done flying, you just click on your mobile app, and then there you go. You can see your your flights, your DVR footage.
Okay, maybe if we show. So these are. I think you showed these antennas.
Have we? I don't know.
Not sure. You want to present it?
Yep. So this is the O1 Pro. It's the Omni Antenna made with special, I think military grade material. So the PCB substrate is not the typical FR4 that you'd be using. 2.8 dBi.
It's actually 1.8.
1.8.
1.8. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. And this is the patch, 8 dBi patch Pro, P1 Pro.
Also made out of the
same PCB material as the Omni. So we're talking about our P1, FPV P1 was really among the top patch antennas.
When it comes to performance,
yeah.
Of course I'm biased, but it was the best.
But this is next level stuff here.
So within a few weeks from now, these antennas and some more antennas also are going to become available from all the major FPV resellers and from our own website as well. So within a few weeks you'll be able to purchase these new antennas from Orqa.
And yeah, kebab, it's gonna be in white. There's gonna be in white version.
Ceramics, white. Ceramics.
Yeah. Doctors.
Yeah. Way early on, Ivan mentioned that.
Oh yeah, it's about streaming.
Yeah, it's a streaming. Do you know when the first batch starts?
Sorry, skipping again.
Okay. You think that
maximum SD card space 128.
128, yeah, 128.
Yeah, the big, we support all of those. Do you think the Orqa One will be compatible with future digital video systems? Yes, I do think so. I mean, we made the goggles on this high resolution, and we opted for those expensive high resolutions display, so it's future proof. You can plug in your HD system in it, and it will work. And at the moment, the FPV One supports the HDMI input, and it's low latency, so you're not going to be adding a lot to your latency stack. So it's future proof that way. Do goggles have Kebab is asking? Do goggles have the signal out, and when outputting, is there a signal amplifier such that the picture doesn't go dark in the goggles? The picture is not going to go dark in the goggles once you put in the video out.
It's automatic switch, right? When you're referring to when you put HDMI, it's
no. It's I think he's referring to an issue in some of the goggles. Once you plug in the analog video out, the signal goes dim. It dims. It shouldn't dim. Yeah. It shouldn't dim because by that time, once the signal gets out from the video processor, it's already digital, and so.
I'm finishing my engineering school.
Send us your CV, Diabolux.
Yep.
Maximum, Scotty Dog asks, maximum SD space 128 gigs. Will empty goggle shells be available for customizing? At the moment,
no.
We don't have such plans, but...
What's the maximum SD card space?
128. So, Bot Grinder asks, I could screen cap my phone and stream it to OBS and the YouTube. So we're at the moment, we are not, so this is not going to be supported from our app, but that being said, I'm sure there's going to be a solution. So theoretically, yes. I mean, you're going to get the stream to your goggles, to your mobile phone. And there would need to be a way to, connect that stream to YouTube, but yeah.
DVR resolution. Okay,
DVR resolution,
it's
frame rate, and the bit rate is so yeah.
DVR resolution 1280 by 960.
1280 by 960.
960 frame rate at 60
FPS.
60 FPS at NTSC and
30 at
No. It's digital at that point, so it's 60 frames per second, and the bit rate is
18 megabits per second.
18
Doctor told me
megabits.
18
Yeah,
megabits per second.
So it's plenty. First batch starts shipping. That's you.
Yeah, we're expecting last parts to come into our stock around 20th of this month, and after that we're going to start assembling and start shipping as we assemble the units.
And how do we feel about DJI HD FPV system? Now, this is something that we covered in the intro, and maybe I mean
touch base again on that.
Yeah, so I think that this is the future. The digital is the future of the FPV. DJI choose to make their current system closed one, so that means that if you want to use their air unit, you'll only be able to use it with their goggles. They may decide to change that in the future. There's been some rumors about the air unit being compatible with the DJI station, so that Pro, or what's it
Someone
called?
today told me that the new FPV air unit is compatible with the DJI smart controller.
So we haven't
If
tried
that's
that
true,
yet. If that's true, then you'll be able to
connect,
to plug in HDMI into a smart controller and then use Orcas. So ultimately, at the moment, the current version of the DJI system is not compatible with anything else than the DJI. So I'm not too happy about that. But on the other hand, I really am excited for the era of HD digital.
It really looks amazing.
FPV.
Yeah.
The future is really amazing, guys.
The future is HD.
Yeah, it is HD, and compatibility, and then about the. There was a question about the Fat Shark system. So Bifrost, I think it's called. They say it's going to have HDMI out. It's going to be compatible with Orcas. If that's the case, and I would love to see how that performs. Hopefully, it will perform as good as DJI. Are the Pro antennas available on our website?
Not yet.
So which add-on pledge will be shipping later? That's a good question. I would say that FPV Play is going to ship later.
Let's aim to ship FPV Connect and Play together. Let's aim to do that, but we'll see.
But if not, we're going to ship the Connect first, and then the Play.
And someone's before asked how many FPV Connects did we sold. I think almost I'd say 50% of the backers bought FPV Play, and like 30% bought FPV Connect as well. So a lot.
And this is an interesting question. FPV Fog Flying Dog.
Okay,
go for it.
Many of us would rather have an Omni than a patch at WordPress. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, when you do a giveaway, especially a big amount of units of free stuff, then you don't go for top of the line products. So this is why we decided that for first 24 hours for pledgers, in first 24 hours we're going to go with a patch antenna. So you're not able to change those, but you're able to wait a little bit and purchase the patch or Pro antennas from our website.
Does DVR record at 60 FPS? Yes, it does.
Yes.
What are the differences between both patch in terms of performance? So the Pro patch has more dBi.
Yes,
and it's better directivity.
So the Pro line of patch antenna, it has 30% more sensitivity than the regular one. So from 6 dB to 8 dBs.
Is it possible to order FPV Connect at this time?
No, not at this time. But once we relaunch our website, so the new website is in the works. It's going to we're investing a lot of time and creativity into a new website, but in parallel with launch of website, we're going to relaunch our shop, and you'll be able to buy all of the products from Orqa FPV, and not just there, you'll also be able to buy it from your favorite reseller in your country.
Okay, when could we expect to see the final injection molded part? So we expect to get the first injection molded parts within a week or so. And menu screens, streaming features. So menu screens will be able to show that soon.
I'm keen to
soon.
record those content once we have a final unit ready. Yeah. So no need to tease more once
and
we have
streaming features. That's something that's FPV Connect. So as soon as that's ready, we'll be happy to share it.
Use Elgato. You know what Elgato is?
What?
Elgato is this device that we used for this remote controller that we did.
Okay, OBS. Will the firmware to both the DVR and the display controller updatable? Yeah. I mean, everything is going to be updatable. Martin. Oh, this is Martin from Martin Films.
Of course I do.
We never got back to him.
Yeah, but amazing stuff he has. I watched his videos. Awesome content.
Will we have AV out and the HDMI out input? Yes, both.
But I can make it.
HDMI output. Martin asked, is there going to be an HDMI output? Unfortunately not.
No.
Unfortunately not. Internal battery? No, there's going to be an external battery. Expected lifetime?
A couple of hours.
Yep.
What's the beam?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let me just check if I have it. Patch. So on regular patch is 120 degrees, and on Pro it's 105 degrees.
Beam width.
Beam width.
Good. What's the color breakdown of the first 200 units? How many of each?
I need to count. I need to count. But most of the people went for black.
Yep.
Blue Planet sponsor. There are so many pilots to sponsor out there, but we're gonna sponsor some pilots. Yeah. But big hi to Drone Racing Team Croatia. They have been the most supportive bunch of people to Orca. That really.
Thanks, guys. Will the DVR be also recorded in 60 FPS when the input is PAL? It does. I mean, all of that is done. So the DVR is being recorded after the image has already been digitized. So basically, you get whatever you would be getting on the screen. You get on the.
Sure.
So yeah.
Vlatko is asking. Vlatko guy. I don't. So our CTO is making jokes in the comment section.
And we mentioned that. So I think based on this, the PAL is being recorded on 50 FPS because the effective is half frame rate latency. So yeah, it's actually PAL is going to be 50. If I'm reading what doctor says.
Okay.
But we're gonna put that in the FAQ.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if you could start recording to the DVR with voice commands.
Well, we have a microphone in.
But I don't think we have that.
But we have a Linux.
Yeah. Do we expect interference from the Connect BT model with? No. Screen latency fast, couple of milliseconds.
Vlatko.
I know it's Vlatko. AV out, you'll have AV out and HDMI input.
Orca phone case. Oh, it's just a sticker on the regular case.
Latko, go home. Go to sleep.
When the FPV Connect. So on Kickstarter, we promised October. It looks like we're not going to miss it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna.
we're not going to miss October.
Now it doesn't depend on the firmware. It's gonna depend on on the development. It's gonna depend on how quickly we'll be able to source all the Wi-Fi modules and.
But we don't have any exotic stuff
No,
on it.
no.
Yeah, so it should not be a problem. Okay, guys. So.
I don't know.
Oh, Yuri Peternis is our backer.
FF. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Jure. Send us an email, Jure.
With the docking receiver.
No. He was concerned about the interference from the module.
When do you expect first price drop? I don't see any price drop on horizon.
What countries are we planning to visit soon?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. So next month we are going to we're probably going to Istanbul for a World Drone Cup. We're gonna sponsor that event and probably participate in some side content of the racing part. Also in September we're going to Taiwan in Taipei to actually have a trade show and a small side event with few Taiwanese pilots. Then in October, I think we have plans to go to the United States for a multi-GP race. And then after that, I'm not sure. So World Drone Cup, Istanbul, trade show in Taiwan, and then in October, United States multi-GP race.
I'm gonna have to answer a lot of questions about those trips if my wife is watching.
No, he's not going. He's not going.
I'm not going.
No. You should have told me that before. Just joking.
No, the Yuri is referring to the Furious FPV docking station and about the interference. We don't expect any interference from the. Physically remove Bluetooth modules from the docking station in order to fly all 2.4 channels. That's actually a very good point. It's we're gonna have to check that. Thanks, Scotty Dog.
Will there be any resellers in Spain? Yes. I think our one of Bart, our sales guy, I think he's already in discussions with. There's Electrotoya, I think. Electrotoya or something like that is the name of the shop in Spain that's going to carry our products. Me too. Okay, good. I think we had 100 viewers at the same time some 10-15 minutes ago, so that's a milestone for our live Q&As.
No, thank you, Mots.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So
thank you all for connecting and for joining and asking all these questions. We spent our 60 plus minutes with you. Okay, once again, thank you guys so much for Electrotoya. Thanks so much for support, questions, and comments. We're really looking forward to put Orcas on many faces. So. Okay, Martin is asking any ideas about the max operating temperature. So I'll just finish with that.
Yeah.
So we've built a testing chamber, and we could get the electronics beyond 100
degrees,
105 degrees Celsius. So that's
a lot Fahrenheit.
It was working still. on 100 Celsius. So I expect it should, don't keep
Don't
it
put
on
it in
100.
oven. Keep it away from oven.
Don't put it on your face when it's 100 Celsius for too long. So.
Okay, guys, thanks a bunch. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Enjoy the evening, you too. Custom liner.
Custom liner.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.